Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 272 of Sonic Boom TV. I don't know why I always do that at the beginning of the videos. That's weird. Um, this episode is if they were called Grails, I would have just gotten some today. 5 to be exact. They're not original pressings or anything like that, but they are albums that I really, really wanted to have on vinyl. And one of them I thought I had until about a week ago. Because I thought I bought it the last round of records I bought of this band. So let's just jump right into it. Well, let me show you something first. I bought this from Dead Broke Records. All of these came from Dead Broke Records. And he sent me this box. And it's right there. It says Kev Fury because there's a person named Ace Fury on Whatnot that we believe is somehow cheating to win giveaways. Even though I win a lot of giveaways, this guy wins like ridiculous amounts, and he doesn't. I never see him buy anything. But anyway, I opened the box and there was a record in here, and I got this nice drawing by Dead Broke Records himself of him sticking me the bird. So that's nice. Gotta love that. So anyway, the first record I got is Rancid. Let's Go. This is their second album. This is their second to best album too, as far as I'm concerned. And Out Come the Wolves is the best, and then this follows right. But the first thing I ever heard by Rancid was a single for Salvation. I have it. It was my cousin's, but somehow it got into my collection, and it's super scratched up. I don't even know if it works. But I kept it just because. But this is one of my favorite records, albums of the pop punk slash ska sort of. They're not super ska, but they're a little bit. But this has a lot of good songs on Nihilism, Radio, Sidekick, Salvation, Tenderloin, Let's Go, As One, The Ballad of Jimmy and Johnny, Dope Sick Girl, International Cover Up, Solidarity, Midnight, 7 Years Down, and there's a couple other songs that I didn't mention. It's got a nice center sleeve, lyrics on this side, some cool little posters, and we'll look at those in a second. Black vinyl, but it's got all these little posters from gig posters of different things, and I wish I could show you that bigger, but I can't. But it shows some of the bands they played with. And if you're into pop punk kind of stuff, you might recognize a lot of these. Bouncing Souls, Tilt, who else? The Avail, Caffeine, The Queers. They sing that song Punk Rock Girl. Look that up. That's a very catchy song. Face to Face, Green Day, and some others. And I thought I saw something with Blink 182. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe it was on one of the other records I was looking at. But anyway, very good record. I thought I had it, and I went to play it the other day, and I was like, I don't have this record. and I mean, I've got the CD. I've got all their albums, whether it's somewhere between records and CDs. I think I'm missing 3 records and like 1 on CD because I didn't buy the last album on CD. I just bought it on vinyl. But very, very good band. So the next box I open up from Dead Broke Records, and it's got this in there, and it says "Skank It Up, Jerk," and we call each other jerk and jerk face and stuff like that all through the internet. So this is probably going to live on my shelf here for now. If I can get it in there. Sorry, I'm sure you guys were looking at the Material Issue Girl, but we're going to skank it up, jerk. So when that comes out, you got to figure that we're going to be listening to some ska music, and indeed we are. He picked up 3 releases from this band. Their first 3 albums. These come from Italy, but I don't know if they're actually all pressed in Italy or what, because when I looked it up on Discogs, one of them said U.S., one of them said U.S. and Europe, and one of them said Italy. So I'm not sure the whatever, but he gave me a pretty good deal on them, I think, and I know that they're going to go up in value because there's not a lot of them pressed. But we're going to go and show you all 3 of the same band. We got Less Than Jake, Pezcore. This says Less Than Jake, Pezcore Forever version, 180 gram black heavyweight vinyl, and I don't know what Forever version means, so I'm going to have to look this up against the CD I have because it might be different. The songs seem to be all the same. On this one, the 2 big songs are Johnny Quest Thinks We're Sellouts and Jen Doesn't Like Me Anymore. But the whole thing is good. And you know, ska, well, this is like ska punk. So, but for some reason, that got a bad rep back in the day. And I never understood it. The people, like, it's kind of like the same thing they did with the glam metal, where they called everything hair metal and made fun of it for a long time. I think that's the same thing that's happened with ska punk. It's like people just didn't get, oh, they had horns. Well, they had horns, but it sounded awesome, and it's a fun type of music that's, you know, not depressing. Even if they're singing about something depressing or whatever, it puts you in a good feeling instead of, you know, a lot of what the 90s was depressing kind of stuff, you know. So we've got this guy with the little Pez gun. But I love this band. The first 3 albums are the essentials, and there's another thing called, I don't know if I remember, but I probably have it right here. I got a couple of their other things. I might pull these out just and show what I have on CD. There is an album called Losers, Kings, and Things We Don't Understand. This one, it's real good too, and it's got some of the same songs, I think. But I would like to get this one on vinyl. I don't know if that one's ever going to come out because of whatever. But we've got the lyrics on this side here, and we've got, oh, that's where I saw the Blink-182. We've got some photos and stuff. They did the same thing with the little posters where you see the Blink. They play with the Bouncing Souls as well. This one's got black vinyl with cool label. I've played some of these already. This because they came open. They were in a sleeve, but they were the record itself was open. So, but very cool. I think I paid for the 4 records that I'm showing right now. I think I paid $130 for all 4. So that's about 32 a piece or something like that. $32.50 maybe or something. I don't know. But this one's very good for ska punk if you like them. I saw them live once with Dishwalla and Marcy Playground. It was like, they called it a low-dough mistletoe show, and the radio station was 106.7, and I feel like it was $1.67 to go see this. Don't know. Then the next one with the awesome artwork, Losing Streak. This is the first one I ever heard by them. And this also has those same 2 songs, Jen Doesn't Like Me Jen Doesn't Like Me Anymore, and Johnny Quest Thinks We're Sellouts. I don't know that they're very different versions either, but this one was the very first one I heard in college, and I don't know if it was on the radio or MTV or what. I don't know where I heard it, but I remember I heard it, and then I went to the music store the same day and got it. But it's Less Than Jake, Losing Streak. This is also a Forever version. 180 gram black heavyweight vinyl. I love this art though. It's so great. And the back finishes it. And you take that, and the stickers are on the sleeves that came with them, so that's, you know, cool. We've got more stuff on the inside. I like these gatefold for these, and the stuff that they put on the gatefolds gives you a little kind of history of stuff, you know, with the flyers and things like that. The record doesn't fit it very well in the sleeve though, so but that's a little write up too. The other one had that too. And we've got lyrics. Nice. This one, I played this one as well. It's got extreme amount of static on it, even though I used the anti-static brush or whatever and got all the dust and everything off it. It came right back on. As soon as I took it off the record player, it sucked up anything that was around me. And there's a lot around me because I got a dog and psoriasis stuff. Anyway, Automatic, Happy Man, Ninth and Pine is a real good song. Sugar in Your Gas Tank, Johnny Quest, Thanks for Sellouts, Crazy Glue, How's My Driving, Doug Hastings, that's a song. Just Like Frank, Dope Man, that's a real good one. That one might have been the first one I heard. Jen Doesn't Like Me Anymore, Rock and Roll Pizzeria, and Lockdown. Really, really cool album. I never thought I would have these because they're kind of expensive on, you know, the older ones, and I just didn't see this getting a reissue. But they're still around, so you know, they kind of probably have been trying to get these albums reissued for a while, I guess. And it's not the last one I got, but the last Less Than Jake, I got Hello Rockview on white vinyl. This is Rude exclusive. Rude is a record company, I think, or maybe a store. I don't know. This one says it was made in Canada on the back. On the sticker, on the sleeve. I mean, I haven't opened this one yet. I don't know if this is a gatefold. I don't think it is. Got my thing here. No, this one's not a gatefold. But it comes with something. That's cool. So we got that. This is their probably most popular one as far as radio play and stuff like that. Last one out of Liberty City, Burn It to the Ground. All My Best Friends Are Metalheads, Nervous in the Alley, History of a Boring Town. It's a boring life in a boring town. I don't sing, but that's the one that was on the radio or whatever. Scott Farkas Takes It on the Chin, Al's War, Big Crash. You know, just good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see what comes in the inside. So we've got this more cool art on the inner sleeve. I don't know if this is the same art that was in the CD or not. Now we've got the guy in the pool, and we've got this white vinyl, and white it is. They did a good job with these as far as the packaging goes. I think they look nice, all three of them, and we've got this little booklet. Looks like a comic book. It acts like a comic book too. This is cool. I like it. It's got a little damage to it right there. That stinks. But yeah, he had some of these, and he got, you know, I think he was the only one in the United States to get them. He had them from this place, you know, the place in Italy. He got them from the distributor, and he sold them quickly. And I don't think he thought he was selling them that quick. So he, you know, I had asked him to hold them for me because I was going to buy all three. And then he sold 2 of the 3, I think. And he's like, "Hey, I got to go and get more, but I know I'm getting them, so I'm just going to sell yours, and then we'll get you another one." And he did. and it got here pretty quickly after I paid. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. The ska is coming back. I don't know. I love that genre. I mean, I love the punk rock. I love pop punk, and ska was just like, you know, icing on the cake for me. I mean, I loved it. I like them, like Real Big Fish, Catch-22. There's a bunch of them. I mean, and I had a lot of stuff. I had more stuff on MP3s than I did actual stuff. You know, like CDs and stuff. But I still had a bunch. Just, you know, my records. I've basically got, you know, Less Than Jake now. I've got some Suicide Machine stuff, Rancid. There's a couple more. Murphy's Law's kind of got some ska going on it, I guess. Maybe not. I'm not. I don't know, but I'd really like to get a lot more. It's just the Hippos. That was a good one. But the last one I got is one that is sort of in the heavy metal, but it's alternative and metal at the same time, sort of. I don't know, but this is a great album. This is the first album I heard this band of, and I really need the ones before this because the CDs I have are from this point on up, and I don't even have the last two, I think. But The Cult, Sonic Temple. This is a great album. It just fell right into the time period. Firewoman was the big hit. But that had Sun King, Firewoman, American Horse, Edie Chow Baby. That's a great song. Sweet Soul Sister, Soul Asylum, not the band. Automatic Blues, Wake Up Time for Freedom. There's two extra tracks too. Firewoman New York City Rock Mix and Edie Chow Baby Acoustic. I didn't know I was getting extra tracks. I don't know if anything else is extra. There's 14 other tracks. I feel like that they're all on there. But this hype sticker says, the 1989 fourth album contains Firewoman, Edie Chow Baby, Sun King, and Sweet Soul Sister. Beggars Group labels and artist catalog at archives@beggars.com. Pressed on translucent green double vinyl. I don't know why green. Double vinyl doesn't bother me when there's like 16 songs. But why green? I don't know. I guess there's a little bit of green in the cover. Yeah. I don't know. I would have thought red would be the one, but they got a little green right there. It's not going to be that color green, I bet. Let's see the nice photo of the band. This one, I thought the guy Matt Sorum was in this band. I think this is the band. I think he was in the Cult, but he's not on this. Because this has got Ian Ashbury, Billy Duffy, and Jamie Stewart. And drums by Mickey Curry. Because Matt Sorum was the guy that went on into Guns N' Roses for their Use Your Illusion albums. No fancy stuff on the inside. Let's show this again. So we don't have any lyrics or anything. But we've got, yeah. We got scuff on the record. We've got black paper sleeves, and then we've got translucent green and the translucent green, but there's a scuff right there. I don't know if you guys you probably can't see it. Hopefully it doesn't cause any kind of damage, and I could be able to see that. Brand new though, so hopefully there's no problems with it. Labels are kind of plain. Cold. So I need to get what do they have? One called Electric, one called Love. I don't know what the other one's called, but I need those in some form. I have some of the MP3s, like the best songs, like the hits, but I don't have full versions of those albums. And I know I like them. I just every time I've tried to get them, I've missed them for something. Like if I tried to bid on them online or something, I always got outbid, and I just didn't feel like paying any more. Or I saw it and it didn't look right. Something was bad about it. But I would like to get more of their stuff because this is a really good band. I've got a bunch of CDs too for them. I'm not gonna pull those out as well. I'm gonna show the Less Than Jake stuff, but I'm not gonna show any more of the Cult. So that's all the records I got. I had one thing from him. Remember, if you watched my last episode, I said I thought there was 5 CDs. Well, there was a 5th CD, but it just wasn't from that group. It was from Dead Broke Records when I won a giveaway from him. That's funny because it says on this. Oh, this is the Cult. I'm sorry, that was made in the Czech Republic. I was gonna say it said made in the Czech Republic and Canada on the same label. I mean on the same thing for whatever I'm trying to say, guys. But I got this, and I don't exactly know what it is. Celebrity internment camp. I think it's hip hop or rap or something. I don't know. But it's got 36 songs or tracks anyway. And then inside it's got this thing that is also comic book cool. It's got this fold out little poster thing that is a comic strip. I don't know if it's telling me what's going on or what, but it's got the cover art right there at the bottom. Interesting. I didn't read it yet. I haven't listened to it either because it was sitting on my desk and I saw it today at lunchtime. I was like, oh, that's the other CD right there. And I opened it, but I didn't play it or anything. So for Less Than Jake, these are the CDs I have. I have the Kings, Losers, Kings, and Things We Don't Understand. This one's got some cool stuff on it too because it's got like the Laverne and Shirley theme song, the 8675309 Jenny song, the Dukes of Hazzard song. I think there's one more cover of a TV show. I don't know. I don't think so. I thought there was Facts of Life, but maybe not. But anyway, this is a good one. I wish I could get that on vinyl. Then we've got that one, which I should compare the track listing. I'll show you the track listing on this one just in case anybody wants to compare them like that. But it looks like about the same stuff, so I'm not. I don't know what Forever Edition means. Then we've got Pez Core, which should have been before that one. And it looks like the same track listing as well. Let's see something. Then we've got this one, which I've seen with a different color cover, Greased. This is they did. It says the original Less Than Jake cast album Greased, a nude 50s rock and roll musical, and they basically covered, I think, a couple of songs from the movie Grease. I'm gonna see if I can get the track listing. It doesn't have a track listing. Where's the I don't know. But this one was fun. Oh, here we go. Grease Lightning, Hopelessly Devoted, Blue Moon, Beauty School Dropout, We Go Together, Summer Nights, You're the One that I Want, Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee, And that's it. It's hard to read. But that picture right there, I had that as my when I got this. I worked in the place I'm working now, actually, again. But we used to have a fax machine, and I had that as my cover letter picture. Like I had my name on it, but that was like right underneath it. So I did that forever, and people never thought it was weird or anything. So I was just like, all right. But no, I've seen this with a green cover, same picture. I guess the guy's hat would have to be different because his hat's green, but they changed the cover for some reason. A couple of these they changed the covers on, but this is how it originally looked. Then we've got another Hello Rockview on CD. Then we've got In With the Out Crowd. This one was kind of popular. Could have got this on vinyl at one point, but I didn't. But this one, I think they went less ska, less horns kind of stuff on that one. But I never really got into this one too much. I have a bunch of other ones on MP3s that I got from the library, so I'm missing a bunch on physical format, but I have a lot more on digital. Then we've got this one I found for $1.99, Less Than Jake's Anthem. This one's pretty cool. I like this one. It's got little pictures on the back for each song. I don't remember if there was anything super popular on it, but I did like it. Let's do it. I haven't listened to it as much as the others for sure. I mean, the first three were super heavy rotation. I listened to two of them twice today. Once I got it at around 11 o'clock, and I listened to it before I got off of work at 5. I had listened to it twice, two of them twice. So, and the last one I got it at the same time as I got this one, which I don't know when it was, but I only paid $1.99 for them at Goodwill. No, not Goodwill. The Red, White, and Blue thrift store, and it's just Less Than Jake. B is for B-sides, and these are just their B-sides. And no hits here, but some good songs. That's the back. That's all I have for them. As far as physical format, but really a band that I love. Especially the early stuff. That happens with a lot of bands. You get into bands and their first, it's usually within the first 3 or 4 albums are their best, and then if they keep going, it's like they either got too successful to be hungry anymore, or somebody told them they needed a change and they did, and it never seems to stay the same. And it goes across almost any band I can think of, that made it past the 4th album or so. Sometimes you get lucky on that 5th one, but usually once they have their huge album, after that it kind of falters. And you could look at Def Leppard did that. Once they got to Hysteria, it blew up, and then down it went down again. Guns N' Roses got to Use Your Illusions, and those were actually probably bigger than Appetite for Destruction, but downhill after that, and even though they didn't do much after that, the stuff they did do is nowhere in comparison to that early stuff. But Metallica, the People Hill, the first 4 are the best thing ever. And then even though the Black Album is the 5th album, that one was huge. After that, they just fell off. And you could go through tons of bands and see that if they last too long, they don't keep their momentum of that quality, I guess, of what that originally made them great. So anyway, that's it, I guess, for this. I'm trying to see if I have anything else sitting here, but I don't. Nothing else I want to show, but if you're looking for Less Than Jake albums, at least the first 3, I hear they're hard to get. I just lucked out and have a friend in the industry, I should say. So he didn't have to help me out. I'm glad he did. But I would not have been able to get them probably if he wouldn't have held them for me, and because I needed to wait 3 weeks or so to get the money together. Because it was mostly because of record store day. Excuse me. But he helped me out, and so thanks, Mike at Dead Broke Records. And that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.